The New York Rangers have won the draft lottery and they are picking first overall in the 2020 NHL draft. If you look at the replay slowly, you can see that it's so close to being the Maple Leafs. Like the ball gets sucked up and then bounces around a bit, and then for some reason comes out, and then the Rangers ball just comes out of nowhere, just Hadoukens its way in. So yeah, they're off to get Lafreniere. So obviously that's not too much news for a video if I just left it like that. So I wanted to sort of break down what the Rangers look like and how this changes their franchise. In the immediate future, it doesn't change it massively. They're still in rebuild mode, although, wow, what a rebuild. I'm sure if you were a Rangers fan and you looked at that letter, that was like, what, 2 years ago? That was like, we're rebuilding, we're blowing it all up. You would have been thinking, great, here's 10 years of pain, right? But no, like this is working out quite well. Like this rebuild's been really, really good. They've got a strong decor. They've probably got a Vezina winning goaltender in the next few years. Panarin's joined, Kaku, they moved up in the draft last year from 5th to 2nd. So yeah, things are looking up and up. This year's scoring wasn't the problem. It was the defensive depth and overall just the experience on defense. I think that, don't get me wrong, I think they've got a very good decor for the future. Just right now it's a little bit green, right? And I think that was exploited a fair bit in the Carolina series. But how this does change this team is that like this top 6 is going to be unreal for years to come. I mean, even the top 9 looks pretty good for this team going forward. The reason why I say they're not going to have a huge impact next year is there's still flaws in this team, and I can't see them being a playoff team next year, if that makes sense. I think they'll improve, probably go from like because I think they're just over 500. They're like 564 point percentage. Probably be closer to the 600 mark, but I think they'll be just missing out. But however, like the reason why I made a video previously saying that this is a scary option that they win this. It's not maximum rage, like obviously if the Penguins won it, even though they're about to rebuild, they'll just kind of sort of start that process off. Oilers, Toronto, like that would be maximum outrage. The reason why I said this is the scariest team is like in 2 to 3 years, this could be really, really scary. The fact that like in 2 years they'll have this and Kaku like all still at entry level contracts, and they will both be producing at an NHL level. It's interesting to see what they do on defense in the free agency, like whether they look to sort of sign a Krug or one of the other defensemen that are available. There's a fair few like okay defensemen. Vatanen's another one that if they can get at a good price for that, you know, that's a pretty good fit, because I just feel like they need a top 4 defenseman, even if he's the 4th best defenseman that's just got a bit of experience, just to keep things steady there. But yeah, like if they get that, then they may be pushing for some sort of playoff position. But I still think they're a key player away from being in the playoffs, if not another year's worth of experience to be there. But yeah, this is a scary team. This is going to be a scary team. Like in 3 years' time, as long as everything sort of, the trajectory of all these players continues, yeah, they're going to be in a cup final. Like they're going to be pushing the playoffs really, really well. And I have a feeling it will drive some teams to pull their hair out. Like the Leafs, if they still struggle for the next few years, and then you just see, you know, the Rangers come out of this rebuild and just, you know, right up there. Oilers, another team. You know, anyone that's kind of done a rebuild and hasn't had any success. Obviously, Florida Panthers, another team that you could look at, that they could turn this around in 4 to 5 years and have a contending team. So really good job all around by the Rangers organization. Yeah, I mean, a bit of luck along the way doesn't hurt, but I still think even if they fell in the draft both times, they would still be in a position in the next 4 or 5 years to do well. It just would have been a bit slower, right? But yeah, I'm really, really impressed with this team. Fox looks great. D'Angelo, you know, was able to put up a lot of points this season. So yeah. Anyway, guys, that's the whole video. Just wanted to make a quick one on how, you know, this changes the Rangers organization. The smart thing to do would be to not try win next year. That would be the smart thing. I mean, you can try win through free agency, but don't trade anything. The only regret is that you may regret that no movement clause in those first 4 years of that Kreider contract. That would be the only thing that I could think of that might be a bit of a regret. But at the same time, you know, players waive those all the time. So, yeah. Anyway, guys, thanks heaps for watching. If you did like this video, hit the like button. Otherwise, hit subscribe. We're doing all the previews for the series tomorrow. That is starting tomorrow. So that's 4 videos coming up. After my work, of course. So yeah, it's going to be a busy evening for myself, and then the next day will be the other 4 series, all going up, obviously before those games start. Otherwise, so yeah, definitely hit the sub button. We'll be live streaming some of the games, especially the ones on the weekend. I don't know how we'll go during the week, just because they're on pretty early Australian time, but we'll see how it all works out. I might be able to fit one in. But yeah, ultimately, thank you so much for the support. We're up to 113 subs. I think a month ago we were on 60. So I know it doesn't seem like much, but for me, it is unbelievably huge. Where do you think the Rangers are going to go? Put that in the comments down below. But thank you so much. Have a great day. See you and bye.